Hello everyone. Today we will discuss the influence of tacos on Deadpool's cognitive function, a research proposal. A lot of people know the legendary superhero Deadpool. Those who are fans of Deadpool often recognize his connection to specific foods like chimichangas, pancakes, and tacos. The research question. When formulating your research question, begin with a general concept, then narrow it down to a more precise inquiry. For example, how does Deadpool's food choice influence his cognitive abilities? Does eating tacos correlate with improving cognitive function on a memory and time task? The method. The next step would be to think about the method you will use. Next, you will need to think about your null and alternative hypotheses. You should also think about your participants, how you will recruit them, and what your inclusion and exclusion criteria will be. Once you have chosen the participants and how they will be recruited, you need to decide what materials and procedures will be used to gather your data. To examine the effects of tacos on Deadpool's cognitive function, the hypotheses will be: consuming tacos does not have a relationship with improving Deadpool's cognitive abilities in timed activities and memory tests. Consuming tacos does have a relationship with improving Deadpool's cognitive abilities in time activities and memory tests. Now you should choose your materials. A simple repeated measure test-retest will be used for this research proposal. The assessment we will use will be the Trailmaker tests, Part A and B. Part A will evaluate attention, and Part B will evaluate the ability to switch cognitive sets between letters and numbers. How will you examine your data to see if there is a correlation? A statistical method would be a great way to examine correlations. For the research proposal on Deadpool and tacos, a correlational analysis will be used. One correlation that could be used is Pearson's correlation coefficient. Since we have decided a statistical analysis would be appropriate, and we want to use Pearson's correlation coefficient will assess the strength and linear direction of the relationship between variables. Even though a correlation analysis will be conducted, it will still be necessary to identify the best match for the variables. A bivariate correlate analysis will be used to examine the variables. The bivariate correlate analysis was chosen because we need to examine the relationship between two variables: Trailmaker Part A and B, and the consumption of tacos. So what's left? Now we perform our analysis. Using SPS 29, we input the data and name the variables. You should select correlate, bivariate, Pearson. You can also choose Kendall's Tau B and Spearman, and leave the default setting of two-tailed selected. Show only the lower triangle. To obtain the confidence intervals for Pearson and Spearman, select confidence intervals, estimate confidence intervals, apply bias under Pearson. For Spearman, select Bonnet and Wright, and next select Bootstrap. Under Bootstrap, you want to select percentiles and BCA, and then click OK. Now you can examine your output. The output should show correlation and confidence intervals, Spearman's row correlations and confidence intervals if you selected this option, and Kendall's Tau B correlations and confidence intervals. Now we are finally done. We can examine if there was a correlation between eating tacos and improvement in cognitive function on time tasks and memory tasks. To summarize what we discussed, we wanted to examine if there was a correlation between Deadpool's cognitive function and consuming Tacos. We used a simple test-retest methods and chose a bivariate analysis. Thank you for watching my presentation.